The family that vacations together stays together. At least, that was the plan. Except now, the dastardly desk clerk is saying he can't confirm your connecting rooms.
Wait, what?
That's right, ma'am. You have rooms 201 and 709.
No, we cannot be 5 floors away from our kids.
The doors have double locks. They'll be fine.
When you want connecting rooms confirmed before you arrive, it matters where you stay.
Welcome to Hilton. I see your connecting rooms are already confirmed.
Hilton, for the stay.
Wish you could become a morning person? You know the type, up before the sun, early morning runs, first one to the office with donuts and a smile. How do they do it? Easy. With the new Galaxy Watch 8, sleep tracking and personalized insights from Samsung Health help you improve so you can wake up to a whole new you. One who, dare I say it, skips the snooze? It's possible. Train your sleep with Galaxy Watch 8. Learn more at Samsung.com. Requires compatible Samsung Galaxy phone, Samsung Health app, and Samsung account.
This episode is presented by State Farm. Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like expecting the leadership of a team captain on the football field, but getting a sea captain. You wouldn't settle for just anything for your team. Shouldn't it be the same for your insurance? So don't settle for just any insurance when you can go with a leader. State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Jif peanut butter. It's that jiffing good, it doesn't really need advertising. So instead, enjoy the calming sounds of the ocean. Jif. Ooh, it's that jiffing good. Get your Jif at jif.com.
Welcome to Sephora.
I'm looking for a perfume that's not too perfumey.
I got you.
Serum moisturizer or moisturizer serum.
Let's get into layering.
My concealer is making me look worse.
Sounds like the wrong shade. Let's get you matched.
There's only one store that really gets what you're going for. Get beauty from people who get beauty. Only at Sephora.
Hi, Let's get you a basket.
We made it, boys. All-Star. I would say the halfway point of the season, but it's really 2/3 the way through the season. I don't know when that happened.
When what happened?
Feels like All-Star used to be halfway point through the season, and now it's...
You know why? They closed the voting at the halfway point, but by the time we start playing the game, that takes us from half to 2/3. A sixth of the season has happened since the end of voting.
Okay, so we're at the halfway point, which isn't really the halfway point of the season. I'm really looking forward to, finishing out the season, the regular season here at Illuminati.
I'm excited because, this is my saying. I've been having this for the last 3 or 4 years. The playoffs start now.
Yeah.
Everyone's got something to play for, whether you're playing, in both conferences, no one's playing for 1. That one's locked, but bunch of teams playing for 2, bunch of teams playing for 4, bunch of teams playing for 6, bunch of teams playing for 10. At every stage, there is an aspirational thing happening between the haves and the have-nots, and it makes every game count. It's why NBA basketball is fantastic this time of year.
Couldn't agree more, Amin. We got a great show. You ready to do it?
Let's do it.
Bad news, guys. My mouse clicking finger is actually sore, so I'm not going to be able to produce the pod today.
Dude,
that's some bullshit, man.
We're about to tape.
Hold on. We set a time. We agreed upon the time. We're in the group chat. Everyone's like, does that work? It works for everybody. We got here. We turned on our computers. We started recording. We started local records. You're going to wait until right before we're about to do this shit to tell us that you can't do it anymore?
I don't know what to tell you guys. I'm here. I came to the pod. I'm here at the recording. I'll be here during the recording, but my hand started hurting. My finger is sore. We got a long season. I got to be clicking for months after this.
I already heard you complain about that finger a couple of days ago. Why did you say something the other day? Just say, hey, I don't know if I can record next week.
So many people were betting on us having a great performance today. The betting markets, they had you having a great performance on this week's show. And now what? All those bets are gone?
Tom, you know what? I don't even want to know about the bets. I just show up and do my job over here. I'm really more upset that John Gervais was available to produce the pod. I mean, there's nothing wrong with Mays sitting out if he's hurt, but by waiting until literally right now, we can't get Gervais in here now. It's too late. He could have been doing this.
Excuse me. I've produced 18 consecutive Basketball Illuminati episodes, and now you want to bring in John Gervais to replace me because I didn't give enough warning?
Wow.
You needed warning to bring in John Gervais? I'm sorry. I'm an all-star producer, okay?
Can you at least do the media availability?
Do the clips.
I regret wearing this third eye open hat. That was a mistake. That gave you guys an indication that I was ready to podcast. That's not happening today.
My assignment: uncover why the association inspires more conspiracy theories in volume and salience than any other U.S. sport.
You've heard of the Illuminati.
The truth is out there, but so are lies.
Your eyes can deceive you. Don't trust them.
The NBA has always been controlled by about 8 people.
Denial is the most predictable of all human responses.
If you're only using 10% of your brain, you don't even know that you're using 10% of your brain.
The NBA Illuminati.
If coincidences are just coincidences, why do they feel so contrived?
The Illuminati.
But you start to follow the money, and you don't know where the it's going to take you.
It is unspoken. They have influence among other players.
The NBA Illuminati.
I don't have time for your convenient ignorance.
Maybe I'm a conspiracist now as well.
That's all it took. Oh, we got books, we got schools. You saw a video on YouTube.
Why my eyes, sir? I've never used them before.
We are the Basketball Illuminati.
This is Basketball Illuminati. I am Tom Haberstroh, and as always, I am joined by 5-star Illuminati General Amin Elhassan.
I'm still here, Tom. You can still talk about me.
And producer Anthony Mays. I don't even know if you're a 5-star anymore. Like, are you an all-star if you don't play in the game, if you bow out because...
I got voted into the all-star producer position, didn't I? Fans still know who's the producer of this podcast.
We've got so much to talk to about, an inconvenient truth that I haven't seen anywhere. You're going to find it out here on Basketball Illuminati later in the program. Amin is about to speak some truths, but first.
This is the problem. Agenda-driven media. I have a problem with it.
You are listening to the Super Agenda.
Supersizes are back.
They said to make it huge.
I don't care. Just supersize me.
With Tom Haberstroh and Amin Elhassan.
We're going to try to save the All-Star game again. We're going to try to do it again.
This is their mess. I just love the cacophony of players say, oh, this is terrible. This format's awful. And none of them have the self-awareness. Yeah, we're here because of you. Because of what you guys did.
Charles did.
Shout out to Charles.
I use the analogy like when your kids mess up the house, you make them clean it up and they complain and they messed the game up. That's why we're trying kamikaze stuff out here right now. So his generation messed the game up.
We didn't want to do this shit. We're doing it because of you. It's like a kid complaining about, oh, we're going to put cheese on the broccoli now. Like, yeah, because you won't eat the broccoli. I gotta do some shit to make you eat it. It's ridiculous, man.
The kid made the broccoli the way he wanted it and then is like, yo, I'm not going to eat this broccoli. You made the broccoli. You wanted the boiled broccoli or the charred broccoli. You made it that way. It's yours. Here's my issue, Amin, and I don't even know if Mays is here anymore.
I'm here, Tom.
He's just not producing.
Okay, right.
He'll be here.
Mays, here's what I have an issue with as you're in street clothes, not actually in our Illuminati uniforms. Last year, it was too much basketball. This year, it's not enough basketball.
Last year was too much basketball?
There was 4 quarters and they weren't playing hard.
You call that basketball?
Oh, no one wants to see 4 quarters of this. And now we've swung all the way in the other direction, being like, hey, this is too little basketball.
Where's the basketball?
Goldilocks is tired, man. The porridge is in the bowl. And how many bowls does she have to eat?
A couple of things here. Number one, I'm going to stand up and say the thing that I haven't seen being said anywhere, which is the basketball was better.
Yes.
It was better basketball on the positive side. On the negative side, it was sprinkled amongst 3 hours of horseshit. And a lot of the horseshit was Kevin Hart riffing. I'm going to stick up for the players and say we cannot tell them, hey, you got to take this seriously. Hey, you guys aren't taking this shit seriously enough. Hey, this thing is really important. And then when we do it, we say, whoa, stop playing for a second. Kevin Hart has a bit he wants to do with fishing tackle and bait and shit like that. Do you notice the trophy presentation? All right, it's over. Here we go. Here's the trophy. Wait a second. We got to give Kevin Hart his little trophy.
No one knew what was going on.
Why are we doing this? We get it. Comedians host the Oscars, right? And in the beginning of an Oscars show, you get a lot of jokes. You get a monologue. You get pre-recorded skits. Cool. As the night wears on, I don't know if you've noticed this or not, you see less and less of the comedian. We get to like best actor, best actress, best director. We don't see the motherfuckers at all until it's like, all right, that was a great show. Good night, everybody. They had this motherfucker doing shtick until the last possible moment. Every opportunity to do shtick. Then you have Mr. Beast in there.
Sure. Being
as socially awkward, dare I say, a little bit on the certain cable company in the Western United States.
AT&T?
Xfinity?
It had a tribute to Inside the NBA in the middle of a game. All around buffoonery. The game was packaged in buffoonery. The only part I really liked, to be honest with you, other than the actual basketball being played, was the little ode to Bay Area music with E40 and Too Short and Vogue. That was cool. I was waiting for Hammer to come out, but can't have it all.
My question is, when would you watch the Grammys or the Oscars, and then they're like, all right, now let's go play a basketball game? They wouldn't do that because the show is about the Grammys. The show is about music. Why is the NBA trying to be a musical act or a comedic act and bring in a different show than what it's about? Is basketball. They're trying to make it about something else.
This is very important because they did switch from a regular game to this tournament where 40 points is the goal. We have 3-4 hours of inventory. We got to fill. And we can't count on the game taking up 2 hours and 15 minutes of that on its own. So there was a big need to have fill. That's why you have a host. But again, a host is supposed to be almost in the background alongside it, not be the show. When you got Kevin Hart roasting Shai Gilgeous-Alexander for his shoes and roasting Shaq for his hat, you're not the show. You're just something so we don't have silence and nothingness in between. The musical acts, traditionally, they've always done something from the local area. I thought it was cool. Again, you got the two games, and then you have the championship game. We got a little break because we can't have one team play back-to-backs, in essence. Got to give a break. Okay, we'll fill with some music. You get Mr. Beast. I get it. He's super popular. Guess what he isn't? A good speaker. He's awful. He's awful and awkward and weird. And Kevin Hart, importantly, spoke too much in a way that was derogatory to the participants and to the event. And speaking of derogatory to the event, hey, Draymond Green, congratulations on perhaps ending your media career before it ever really got off.
Well, he's got a different career lined up, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But 34 minutes of basketball in a 3-hour broadcast. Why weren't the games longer? Why was it to 40?
I think they worried about the opposite thing. If you put the point total too high, what if we're here forever?
Back to Tom gobbling down porridge like Goldilocks. Got it. This year is too short. Last year is too long. They're going to change the format entirely next year.
It was supposed to be 25 in the championship game.
Ooh.
The initial plan was to have it 40-40, and then the championship game would be shorter to 25.
Really?
Yes. They changed the rules last minute. The night of, they realized, wait, those games went way too short. And so they got to fill this ad time here. So let's make it, instead of 25, let's go back to 40. The original plan was to have a shorter championship game because they wanted a more exciting, almost like an overtime game. Look, dude, I think the All-Star game, we're just rearranging the deck chairs on the Titanic.
Yes, we are.
I said this last year. It's going down. Nothing you can do to save the All-Star game. What you can do is reinvent what the All-Star weekend can be about, which is what they're talking about now, is instead of having a game, people care about the dunk contest. We'll talk about that in a sec. People care about the three-point contest. Make that the main event. Or you come up with a King of the Hill one-on-one tournament, something that doesn't involve teams playing against each other. End that. And it's not East versus West. Like, people are saying we need to bring back East versus West. No, that would do nothing. That is an old, antiquated construct.
No, it's not antiquated. It is an old construct. You know why it's not antiquated, Tom? Because effort shouldn't be antiquated. And that's all this is about. All of these wild goose chases that we're on are because guys were not putting in effort. Again, no one's asking for Game 7 of the NBA Finals. But guess what? The best one was Rising Stars against OGs. Why? Because they actually fucking played. My heart grew 3 sizes like the Grinch who stole Christmas when Ryan Dunn fouled the shit on Kevin Durant, who was trying to make a game-winning layup. A foul that they didn't call. It grew another size when the refs called an 8-second count on Steph. Yes, play. When Kyrie decided, I'm going to lock up Stephon Castle, I've never seen Kyrie play defense like that. He was so locked in. The point is, there were some people who brought the effort, and all we need is just a little bit more every year, a little bit more. I think Wembanyama, right now, he doesn't have the clout in the locker room.
Which matters, yeah.
As he grows, as he's more successful, as he is more dominant, I think you're going to see people follow suit because we say it all the time, NBA locker rooms, 10% of the dudes are going to do whatever the fuck they want, and 10% of the dudes are going to do the right thing. And the remaining 80%, what are we doing? We're doing the right thing? All right, let's do the right thing. Oh, we're fucking around? All right, I'm going to fuck around. They just want someone else to take that leap. And I shudder to think, what if Anthony Davis hadn't gotten hurt? Kyrie Irving would not have been here to help us do this. Look, East versus West isn't antiquated, and none of these things are going to work. Not one-on-one, not a tournament, not East versus West, not pick your teams, not Elam ending. None of it works unless the participants understand we're doing a thing here. We're not just playing. And to all the people say, oh, just cancel it. Call them all-stars and we'll have that. There's a little thing called the collective bargaining agreement. And in there's something called basketball-related income.
Why are you talking like Heath Ledger the Joker right now?
Because here we go. If you want to cancel 3 nights of TV inventory, tickets, concessions, parking, and all the merchandise that gets moved on this weekend.
A lot of quiche.
We don't need that. We don't need that. We're fine. We don't need that. We'll just say you're an all-star and everyone will be happy. We'll rest.
You will be throwing a lighter onto a big pile of money like the Joker.
Exactly. And you can clip that shit. Not you, Maze, because you're out apparently.
I'm out.
I don't want to see you clipping shit for next week.
I'm not clipping anything. I'm not clicking anything. Nope. Sorry.
Just here to watch.
Joker man, what do you do with all your money?
You see, I'm a guy of simple taste. I enjoy dynamite, and gunpowder, and gasoline. What's it? And you know the thing that they have in common? They're cheap.
Sergio Romano's your word.
Oh, I am. I'm only burning my half. All you care about is money. This town, it deserves a better class of criminals. And I'm gonna give it to them. It's not about money. It's about sending a message. Everything burns.
But isn't that funny? I mean, the idea, if we add like a $1 million purse to the winner of etc., $5 million to the winner of the dunk contest, then you'll see Ja Morant come. And I'm like, wait a minute. Isn't this built into their contracts? The fact that if they show out on All-Star Weekend, they will make more money, and yet they are still not willing to put out all the effort. I don't think it's about money.
Tom, I'm glad you brought this up. I'm going to name some salaries of some All-Stars. And you tell me whether $1 million is going to make them even fart on command. Steph Curry, $55.8 million. Kevin Durant, $49.9 million. Jaylen Brown, $49.2 million. Karl-Anthony Towns, $49.2 million. Damian Lillard, $48.8 million. Giannis didn't play, but he makes $48.8 as well. LeBron James, $48.8 as well. Anthony Davis didn't play, but $43.2. Oh, excuse me, LeBron didn't play either. Trae Young, $43.0. Anthony Edwards, $42.2. Pascal Siakam, $42.2. Kyrie Irving, $40. Darius Garland, $36.7. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, $36.6. Donovan Mitchell, $34.9. I think you guys know where I'm going with this. $1 million. It might for the first year, but even that will wear out over time. I learned this in business school, folks. Money is an incentive with a diminishing return, meaning The more you offer it, the less of an incentive it is. Because say I have enough money, I can afford to say no. No, you need an intrinsic motivator, an intrinsic incentive, something other than compensation. And that's pride. And that's why I say it can only be fixed from within. Not the league, not the media, not the fans. I see people talk about, oh, it's dead in there. Yeah, it's dead in there because they're doing this shit. Not because of us. It ain't our fault.
But I mean, it works so well for the in-season tournament. The NBA Cup, that got people motivated.
Yeah, it did. Some people. And I think the NBA Cup in and of itself, beyond the money, it's also the winning of a cup, of a thing. It's a competition. We've all agreed that we want to compete in this competition, and to win it, to be the top, is an honor. Again, not everybody took it as such. Not everybody approached it as such. But overall, we have enough to make it a compelling piece of programming, and I think that's something that has a chance to grow because people are instructed to care about it. I don't know if we're giving out that vibe with the All-Star game.
Hello, listener. It's Producer Maze here to talk to you about Quince and their cookware. Cooler nights mean cozy meals at home, and Quince's cookware has made fall cooking so much more enjoyable. Their pieces deliver the quality and performance of luxury brands, but at a price that makes sense. And they look gorgeous on the stovetop, too. No matter what item you need to complete your kitchen, Quince has you covered. With 5-ply stainless steel pots and pans, nonstick skillets, chef-quality knives, and even ceramic bakeware, which is perfect for cozy casseroles or Sunday roasts. And when you look at these prices, you might think, how is Quince doing this? How do they deliver high-quality items similar to high-end brands that are half the price? Well, let me tell you, they partner directly with ethical top-tier factories to cut out the middlemen and pass the savings on to you. And it's not just cookware. I got myself some bath sheets. That's right. When you're a tall man, you have to use bath sheets, not bath towels from Quince. It's like drying off with a cloud. It's incredible. Upgrade your kitchen for cozy fall meals with premium cookware from Quince. Go to quince.com/dings for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's QUINCE.com/dings, DINGS, to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/dings.
Listener, listen up. This is important, okay? I'm going to try to save you some money here. If you're still overpaying for wireless, it's time to say yes to saying no. At Mint Mobile, their favorite word is no. You may think like, oh, that's bad. No contracts, no monthly bills, no overages, no hidden fees, no BS. Here's why I said yes to making the switch and getting premium wireless for $15 a month. You heard that correctly. $15 per month. Ditch overpriced wireless and the jaw-dropping monthly bills. And of course, there are all these hidden fees and stuff, but at Mint Mobile, plans start at $15 per month. All the plans come with high-speed data, unlimited talk and text. You're not doing like weekend and nighttime minutes or anything like that. And it's delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. Use your own phone. Don't have to get a new phone. Use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and bring your phone number along with all of your existing contacts. I switched months ago. People have asked, did you actually switch? Yes, I actually switched months ago, and I don't know what to do with all this extra money. I've cheated the system here. I've rigged something. This is an Ocean's 11 situation where I'm stealing wireless from Mint. That's how good a deal it is. Ready to say yes to saying no? Make the switch at mintmobile.com/dings. That's DINGS. That's mintmobile.com/dings. Upfront payment of $45 required, equivalent to $15 per month. Limited time new customer offer for first 3 months only. Speeds may slow above 35 gigabytes on unlimited plan. Taxes and fees extra. See Mint Mobile for details.
Hello, listener. It's Producer Maze here to talk to you about Kindred. Now, close your eyes like Owen Wilson during a job interview and imagine a way to travel that feels personal, comfortable, and connected without the price tags and the sterile feelings of hotels or short-term rentals. Now open your eyes and stop using your imagination because Kindred has made it very real. That's exactly what they do. Kindred is a members-only home swapping network. It's not a hotel. It's not a short-term rental. It's a smarter way to travel where each stay feels like home. Here's how it works. With Kindred, your home is your ticket. You earn credits by hosting fellow Kindred members, and then you use those credits to stay in over 220,000 homes in more than 100 cities worldwide. There are no hotel costs or rental fees, just the credits that you've earned. Every stay comes with white glove service, 24/7 trip support, and $100,000 in host protection. Make it easier for you to travel and enjoy yourself and not worry about details. I've used Kindred and I found an amazing home for a weekend getaway in an idyllic location with amazing views and great ambiance. It had everything I needed. And the best part was, it cost me $0. So apply now at livekindred.com and use code DINGS to join for free. Plus, you'll earn 5 nights of travel credit just for signing up. That's right, that's 5 whole nights for free at livekindred, KINDRED.com, code DINGS, DINGS, livekindred.com, code DINGS.
Whether your business has 6 floors or 6 employees, Walmart Business has everything you need to save time, money, and hassle. You can restock your break room with bulk ordering or bulk up your ordering team with shared payments. And you can get it all delivered straight to your business's door, whether that's on Wall Street or Main Street. Walmart Business. It's the Walmart you love, now for your business. Learn more at business.walmart.com.
Are your business expenses playing hide and seek? With Uber for Business, the small spends that slip through the cracks, like rides and meals, go right where you need them. Because it integrates with leading expense platforms, you can say goodbye to surprise costs, missing dollars, or chasing receipts. Everything's track downable. Uber for Business. Make small steps that make a big impact. Learn more at uber.com/small steps.
Okay, let me ask you this. If there was a workplace, an office that had, let's say everyone was making $100,000 a year, and there was a competition that...
They hiring?
Well, you got to actually work, Miz. You're taking the show off today?
Harsh.
You're not producing.
Maybe I'll use my other hand to write an application to this made-up job that you've created.
Okay, if they did a worker competition and the winner was going to have $2,000, that's the equivalent of a $50 million player getting $1 million prize money.
Yeah.
If the average salary at the workplace is $100,000 and you say, hey, we're going to have a competition who can ever make the best deck, the best PowerPoint presentation and make this pitch, here's the winner. It's $2,000 winner.
Now, Tom, I know you're an econ guy. I don't want to go too heavy into econ, but even that doesn't totally capture it because it is in essence the opposite of a regressive tax. It's like sales tax. You say sales tax is 5%, so it hits everybody the same. No, it doesn't. Because people who make a lot of money, 5% taken out of their pocket represents so little buying power compared to the 95% they have versus someone who doesn't make a lot.
The marginal value of that percentage is a lot higher for the $2,000 at $100,000 salary.
Exactly. $2,000 means a lot more to a $100,000 a year employee than $1 million does to a $50 billion employee. Plain and simple. And the longer we sit around and blame formatting, this is a labor problem, dude. There's a lot of shit where I'm like, it's not the player's fault. There's a lot of things. This is on y'all to fix. Because, again, it wasn't that long ago. Kobe Bryant was picking up LeBron full court. It wasn't that long ago. Dwayne Wade was breaking Kobe's nose. It wasn't that long ago where guys played with a level of care. Is it 48 minutes? Is it diving for loose balls? No, we're not asking for that. We're asking for a bare minimum amount of effort that makes it not look like the little bullshit we do before a pickup game starts where guys are just getting shots up and everyone's just watching.
So is Wemby the great hope here? The great alien hope? As soon as he gets that clout, then people will start following him. And if he continues to care, and I wonder if he will continue to care when this is not his first All-Star game, this is his 5th All-Star game.
Yeah.
He could represent, this is the brave new world here.
Or he could be broken. Like so many. What does everyone say with a lot of rookies that come in and have a lot of personality? Give them a couple of years. all that shit's going to be gone.
Yeah.
All those fun answers are going to be gone because this game has a way of breaking people.
Dude, speaking of breaking, the code that he attempted to break on Friday night with Chris Paul, amazing. Is like, hey, we need everybody to really give a shit this year. We need everyone to try hard, give a lot of effort. And then here comes Chris Paul.
Look, maybe that message arrives on shores differently. Because Chris Paul was like, oh, it's important? Oh, cool. Let me get to my cheating ways.
No. I found a loophole. That I'm going to exploit in order to win this game, win this contest. And they take the balls off the rack on Friday night and they just toss it towards the basket so that they can get to the finish line quicker. And apparently, according to Draymond Green, Wemby asked around, hey, do I have to actually take a shot or can I take the balls off the rack in the general direction of the hoop? And apparently everybody was like, I guess I don't see why you can't do that. And he and Chris Paul make a mockery of that competition and they finish with the best time. Then afterwards, they had to be told that, no, actually, you did break the rules. It says right here in the contract, it has to be a valid shot at the basket.
Well, Chris Paul was responsible for suggesting the Elam ending, which led to the great 2020 All-Star game, which feels like way more than 5 years ago. It feels like 100 years ago. Should they have adopted the in-season tournament NBA Cup model of, we're going to do this again, and you're eventually going to like it? With the All-Star game, instead they've gone the opposite direction. They keep trying to fine-tune and adjust and tinker and change things every single year. Should they have just been telling us, this is the way it is, deal with it?
You know what, dude? We called it last week. This whole world team that they tried to create through this draft, and then when guys dropped out, they suddenly had a problem on their hands. First of all, Shaq kind of gave the script away on the last pick there with Jaylen Brown and Tyler Hero. But then Adam Silver has to put Trae Young on a team that makes no sense why Trae Young's on that team, according to the whole world versus OGs versus the new guys. And it just got weird after that. And so they couldn't even do that right. But I would argue the only way that this makes sense, I mean, to your point that you need to get guys to care again, to have a sense of pride. Mm-hmm. I feel like if you do regional, so you do have a world team, or you have Olympic style. And instead of having Team America versus Team World.
Team America versus World Police?
Yeah.
Versus World Police.
Fuck yeah.
I feel like you're going to have a lot more participation or buy-in if it's Team DC versus Pacific Northwest. And you get these guys coming together to rep their own city.
Tom, the problem is, no matter what way you slice it, you're creating a quota system in which you need enough guys to be from a certain place. And then you need not too many guys to be from another place. And so anytime you do any sort of gimmickry of how the teams are split up other than a random selection, you're going to run into these issues where it's there are only 3 guys from DC in the league right now who are really good, but there are 17 guys from LA. So then a bunch of LA guys don't make it, but then we have to force ourselves to get someone who, I went to Georgetown for a semester or whatever.
There you go. It's better than Trae Young being on the Team World or whatever.
I don't think it matters. I don't think it matters how you split up the teams. Give me 24 All-Stars. Let them play. Here's another one. 24 All-Stars. Keep the tournament. Teams of 6 players apiece. 1 sub, basically, the whole time. Now everybody gets to play. A lot.
Why don't you think one-on-one would work?
Because, as we see from the dunk contest, everyone's going to chicken out and not want to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. One-on-one is not the metric that I think the casual fan thinks it is. There is a part where it's oh man, I get cooked in this one-on-one and now my reputation as a great player is knocked in a way that participating and losing in the dunk contest doesn't necessarily do that. The other thing, and this is important, this is really important, one-on-one isn't fun to watch. I've seen a billion one-on-one competitions in practices and off-season workouts and stuff like that. It's not fun to watch. Maybe a bucket here, a bucket there. Overall, it is incredibly boring. And obviously, there's an inherent advantage that a larger player has.
It would be fun to watch people try to score on Wemby. That's about it. If it was everyone scores on Wemby and he's permanent defense, maybe you have my attention. But a one-on-one tournament,
it would be bad for Jokic, where Jokic's superpower, a lot of it is in his passing. And if you take that away from Jokic, I don't think that reinforces the love of the game or why the NBA game is so great if a guy like Jokic looks like another dude out there.
The flip side of that is Kyrie Irving, if we're just talking about skills, the most skilled player, okay, he draws Jokic in the first round. Back, layup every single time. It doesn't make sense. Does that mean Jokic is a better one-on-one player? Or even, I know he is, but does that even necessarily mean he's a better NBA player? Maybe Jokic is a bad example. What if I said Karl Anthony Towns and Steph Curry? Where Karl Anthony Towns can literally just back in, turn and lay it up. And through no fault of Steph's, does that mean that he's a better one-on-one player, a better NBA player? No.
I just thought about refereeing calling your own fouls, how awful that would be.
Everyone saying this has never watched NBA players call their own fouls. It is the worst. And by the way, beyond all the ticky-tack shit that they call, all the lies, man, I'll tell you right now, when I was a video coordinator, I would have to run the scoreboard for these drills, right? Like 4-on-4s and 5-on-5s and stuff like that. And the drills will be weird. It'll be like, if you get a stop, you get a point, right? Or if you get a rebound, you get a point, whatever. And I'm keeping score, and to have Grant Hill and Jason Richardson scream at me. Part of it is it's the messenger. Grant Hill would never lie, man. This is the most honorable man. Nope. Even Grant Hill, dirty, filthy liar when it comes to trying to win. They will do everything, as we saw with Chris Paul coming up with this bullshit idea. It's a skills competition. What makes you think we wanted you to just fucking toss the ball? Cheating ass, man. But that's how they all are. That's my point.
But it feels great, guys, to see Ja Morant. He's out here saying, you know what, Mac McClung?
The reluctant Mac McClung.
You've revitalized the dunk contest. Maybe I'll dunk next year. I'm in.
Dude, let me say this right now. It's the one thing Draymond said all night long that I agreed with. No, they're not. We do this shit every year. Where someone's like, oh, I'm doing it next year. Oh. And then next year comes around, I was like, oh, I don't want to do it. They're just saying shit to say. Sometimes fans don't understand how NBA players are because they're so different. Sometimes they don't understand how NBA players are because they're just like you. I'll take out the trash after the game, honey. No, you didn't. You didn't take out the trash. Oh, I'll mow the lawn this weekend. No, you won't. You ain't going to mow the lawn. You say a bunch of shit because it sounds nice, not because you're actually going to do it.
Last year, they asked Ja, hey, what would it take to get you to do the dunk contest?
I'm not doing the dunk contest.
He didn't say, well, if Mac McClung gets a 3-peat and dunks over IKEA, then I'm in. That'll get me in.
He quit dunking, though. He literally said this year, I'm done dunking.
And then dunked on Victor Wembanyama.
Yeah, like a week later, I'm going to go dunk.
That was nice.
So I don't think we can trust these guys on what they say a year before next year's All-Star. And you know what? The same thing, I mean, you could change this if you just committed to it this year. Zach LaVine, Aaron Gordon, Giannis, let's all just go crash it this weekend. And they did nothing. They just talked about it afterwards.
Can I take you guys behind the scenes of some other shit that happened All-Star Weekend?
Please.
I don't know if you guys were aware of this watching on TV. You guys knew it was Chinese New Year? It was Lunar New Year celebrations in San Francisco. Did they mention it at all?
Didn't feel it.
Maze, you know this because you're a local. They shut down half the city for this parade.
Mm-hmm.
In the middle of All-Star Weekend, on the day where the NBA said, we're going to have half of the events in Oakland, the other half in San Francisco, absolutely no downtime in between. So you had massive amounts of, forget about fans, media, people working these events were getting there late, man. There were people walking in. I know this. I sat in a seat next to some friends because they said, oh, we got an open seat right here. One of my buddies I used to work with at ESPN, it was his seat. He showed up in the finals of the dunk contest. And I said, what the hell happened? He said, we've been stuck in traffic the whole time. And I know fans at home don't give a shit about this. But if I'm going to shit on Indianapolis and Cleveland for being podunk towns, I got to shit on San Francisco. Not really San Francisco. That's not their fault. They had this parade there every year. It's the NBA. Hey, man, let's take a look at the calendar and try and figure out if there's going to be other massive events happening in that city, particularly that have streets shut down. And maybe let's not do it then.
Yeah, the only thing better would have been if it was Beta Breakers and you had thousands of drunk 20-year-olds passed out in the streets stopping you from getting across town.
There was a lot of that too.
Don't chew on that, Max.
Cooper loves that chew too.
Oh, now he's into Cooper's food. Wow, he is loving it.
What do you feed Cooper?
Blue Buffalo Life Protection Formula. He never leaves a crumb. I love it because it's made with high-quality protein, nutrient-rich fruits and veggies, and wholesome whole grains.
Looks like we're switching to Blue.
Blue Buffalo foods are made with the superior ingredients your dog needs to thrive. Can your dog food say that? Visit feedbluefood.com to learn more.
Are you a forward thinker? Then you need an HR and finance platform that thinks like you do. Workday is the AI platform that helps propel your organization, your workforce, and your industry into the future. Workday, moving business forever forward.
For a limited time at McDonald's, get a Big Mac extra value meal for $8. That means 2 all-beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun, and medium fries, and a drink. We may need to change that jingle.
Prices and participation may vary.
Through the Starbucks College Achievement Plan, full and part-time Starbucks baristas receive 100% upfront college tuition coverage so they can focus on achieving their dreams, not how they'll pay for school. And those dreams might start with a degree in management, biochemistry, or any of the more than 150 offered. At Starbucks, benefits like college tuition coverage are just the start. Learn more at starbucks.com/partners.
This episode is brought to you by Indeed. When your computer breaks, you don't wait for it to magically start working again. You fix the problem. So why wait to hire the people your company desperately needs? Use Indeed's sponsored jobs to hire top talent fast. And even better, you only pay for results. There's no need to wait. Speed up your hiring with a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
So Adam Silver had a press conference, as he usually does, as part of his annual media tour, the state of the NBA. And first question from our guy, Tim Reynolds in Miami, the AP NBA writer. Tim Reynolds asked Adam Silver about the trade. Not the Luka trade or the Anthony Davis trade or the Lakers Mavericks trade. He just called it the trade.
I have absolutely no knowledge or believe there were any ulterior motives. There's no doubt in my mind that the Dumont Adelson families bought that team to keep it in Dallas. I have no doubt whatsoever that they're committed to the long-term success of that franchise. And in terms of the Dallas fans, all I can say to them is, again, time will tell whether it's the smart trade, but I think they should believe in their organization.
So this is what's interesting to me. Tim didn't ask about Vegas, didn't ask about the Dumont family and the Adelson, but Adam Silver went pretty clear, was like, nothing to see here.
I have absolutely no knowledge or belief there are any ulterior motives. Wow, that's a wild thing to say out of the blue, unquestioned.
Very lawyerly right there.
It would be like, hey man, people are really shook up about the murder of Nicole Brown Simpson. I have no idea what OJ was thinking. Like, whoa, nobody asked about OJ. Nobody said a name. What are you doing? This is crazy. This is super self-incriminating behavior here.
And also there are no ulterior motives here. He didn't stand on it. He was just like, I have no evidence or reason to believe that there's any ulterior motives here. So the reason why I thought that was interesting, Amin, was because this did happen with the league back with the Seattle Supersonics.
Wait, Seattle had a team?
Seattle, yeah, the Supersonics. Shawn Kemp, does that ring a bell, Shawn Kemp?
Former Cleveland Cavalier Shawn Kemp, yes. What about him?
Before he ate through the whole city of Cleveland, he played for a team, I don't know if Gary Payton?
Oh, yes, NBA champion with the Miami Heat, Gary Payton. Or are you talking about Gary Payton, champion with the Golden State Warriors, Gary Payton?
You know how it says the second, his father, senior?
Yeah, the one that played for the Heat.
No. The Seattle Supersonics, like Hersey Hawkins. Does that ring a bell?
Charlotte Hornet. Oh my God, one of my favorite Hornets of all time, Hersey Hawkins.
Man, this is not working. All right, so there was a team in Seattle, the Supersonics.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
Remember Ice Cube? It was a good day.
Yeah.
You know the line?
The Boons had the Chronic. The Lakers beat the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Is that the real line? Oh, man. I could have sworn it was the Seattle Supersonics.
Oh.
After Roundin had a triple-double? Okay, well, there was a team, Jeff Green and KD played for, maybe I'm just imagining it.
Yeah, the Oklahoma City Thunder.
I'm pulling up this interview. It was at All-Star Weekend in 2007.
Okay.
A very momentous, a very historic All-Star Weekend in Las Vegas. David Stern was asked at this press conference, same one that we were talking about with Adam Silver. David Stern was asked, the situation in Seattle seems to be paralleling the one in Sacramento, and it appears that it's going to be headed for a public vote. What are your thoughts on such a sensitive topic going to a public vote with Sacramento's track record? And if it does fail, Are you willing to step in and resuscitate the situation there as you were doing in Sacramento? And Commissioner David Stern says, no, I think it's two different things. I think Seattle is a much more mature situation. The new ownership has done so much beyond what we could have hoped. They were very poorly treated at first. Everyone thought that they were simply going to go in and wanted to move the team to Oklahoma City again. And they were disbelieved when they said they would like to keep it there. They've spent enormous sums of money and time and the like to come up with a plan, a funding plan. They've laid it all out. They've got a site selected, et cetera, and it will either happen or it won't. We've been around this track a long time, and I hope it happens because Seattle has been a very good city for the NBA and the Clay Bennett group. I think would be great, and will continue to be great owners for the Sonics. I don't see a role for me at this point.
20 months later, they're playing games at the Paycom Center, whatever it was called back then.
Well, he did say it would either happen or it won't.
Good point.
So we covered his bases there.
Et cetera. He also said et cetera.
It's kind of like saying I have absolutely no knowledge of ulterior motives.
Fast forward to April 14th, 2008, the story in the AP. Clay Bennett made good faith effort to keep Sonics in Seattle, despite the fact, and I'm reading this from the story, David Stern fined Aubrey McClendon $250,000 last August after he told an Oklahoma City newspaper that, quote, we didn't buy the team to keep it in Seattle. We hope to come here to Oklahoma City.
That was August of 2007?
Yes.
14 months later, they're playing in Oklahoma.
Good faith, though. Good faith.
And Stern made those comments in Vegas.
Oh, there's a symmetry there.
That's nice.
Nice connecting of dots.
All stuff that you have to keep your third eye open with. Luka Doncic not there. A lot of people were not there at All-Star. Even though the games were more competitive, I feel like the All-Star event should just have more name value, or it feels like it should be a bigger event. Mm-hmm. Giannis wasn't playing. Anthony Edwards wasn't playing. Again, pulled a LeBron. Was like, oh, something hurts. I'm pulling out last second here, not playing in the All-Star game.
His groin.
Yeah, he pulled out because of his groin.
Well, guys... Those are the reasons that they gave you guys. By the way, Tom just looked like one of those Snapchat filters they have on people during the game.
Tom realized what he said.
Pulled out because of his groin.
That's why most people pull out, you know?
That's what they tell you. That's what the media wants you to believe. But I've got an inconvenient truth for all of you guys.
It takes time to connect the dots.
I know that.
But also, I know that there could be a day of reckoning when you wish you connected the dots
more quickly. What were we thinking? Why didn't we wake up when we had a chance?
Move it! Demolish it! Blow it up!
What gets us into trouble is not what we don't know.
It's what we know for sure.
That just ain't so.
Amin's Inconvenient Truth.
Communicate this real clearly. The only way I do it.
City by city, person by person, family by family.
There are a lot of people go straight from denial to despair.
Without pausing on the intermediate step of actually doing something about the problem.
Amin's Inconvenient Truth.
As we talked about, as is mentioned, as everyone noticed, no LeBron James, late scratch, and went as far as to not even dress out. They took their team picks. He's wearing his regular street clothes while everyone else is in the warm-ups. The reason he gave, been dealing with an ankle and foot situation, needs to rest, a desire to be as fresh as possible for the very important stretch run. On the surface, you see that report and you say, oh, that makes sense, man. Like, this is just an exhibition. That's the serious stuff. Make sure you're ready for the serious stuff. If you were a little inquisitive, you would say, hey, LeBron, I remember how you were dealing with this actually before the All-Star break. Why didn't you pull out then? Tell everybody you're hurt and they could have gotten an injury replacement. You could have known and had the rest the whole time. You might stop right there and say, okay, well, sometimes people forget, or maybe he wanted to give it a go or something. But I saw something else. I saw little itty-bitty hints that something more insidious was happening. George Sedano and I, years and years ago, we were doing radio in L.A., on ESPN L.A., we came up with the saying, LeBron James doesn't leave breadcrumbs. He leaves whole loaves of bread. This is a guy for whom subtlety is optional. LeBron's not playing in this game. Late scratch. There still are a bunch of photo ops and things you got to do. Does LeBron put on his league-issued gear and take the pictures? Nope. Does it with his street clothes on. Did LeBron participate in the media availability the day before? Nope. Noticeable no-show. LeBron doesn't want to play the game. What's happening at the very same time as LeBron deciding he's not going to play in this game and not telling anybody? There's two things that happen, and they both come from the same person. You've got Draymond Green, before any part of the night has begun, shitting on the event. Wholesale.
Some team that no one wants to see.
Oh, man.
I had to work so hard to play on Sunday night of All-Star Weekend. And because ratings are down, because the game's bad, we're bringing in Rising Stars. That's not a fix. I never played in the Rising Stars game. My first 2 years, I didn't touch that game. And these guys get to touch the All-Star floor on Sunday night?
Very vociferously against it. He ends the night by giving it a 0 out of 10.
1 to 10, your thoughts of the format?
10 being the best.
Yes.
A 0. Sucks.
This is on TNT, on a league partner broadcasting the event. But you know what the other hint was? When we got the news, LeBron James will not be playing tonight. That was brought to us by Adam Lefkoe. It was on the set, I believe, with Vince Carter and Jalen Rose. Draymond Green says, I could have told you that. Lefkoe says, do you have any other news you'd like to break for us? And he says, no. To recap, LeBron doesn't play. LeBron doesn't go to the practice. LeBron doesn't pull out nearly in enough time. It takes last minute. LeBron doesn't dress out to take the pictures. Stays in his street clothes. While Draymond, knowledgeable of the injury, but withholding of said information, lets us know that this whole thing is dumb and it's a sham and it's a mockery. Ladies and gentlemen, what you saw on Sunday night was not an injured player trying to give it a go and realizing I can't. No, what we saw was a protest from LeBron James, a protest that was supported and filibustered by Draymond Green, his agency mate, and his friend. Yeah, they didn't like the idea of having young players on the floor, and as a result, they let their feelings be known very audibly and very visibly without going the full step of boycotting this All-Star game. What we saw was a coup, ladies and gentlemen. So Draymond said they're going to win the championship this year.
Yeah, Draymond scorched a lot of third eyes this weekend with some of the stuff that he said, man.
We're going to win the championship.
Say that one more time so that everybody here can
say that with your
chest.
chest.
I didn't hear you. My earpiece.
Because they added Jimmy Butler the third. So what did you say?
81?
I'm sorry. I said I think we're going to win a championship, but I lied. We are going to win the championship.
Wow.
So he doubled down on it.
I wish he had gone Leandro Barbosa style.
We're going to be championship.
Yeah.
That's my favorite prediction.
He said that around February of that year as well.
Yes, it was Ethan Strauss and then Barbosa that said, we gonna be championship. That was actually the name of Ethan's book before they changed it to the Victory Machine. And he said he was already offered the Warriors head coach job. God. This sounded like a joke that didn't land.
Oh my God. Wait, I missed that one.
We're in ballsack territory here, right? This feels like ballsack material. You have to check the source when you see these things.
The source was Draymond.
I know, but like when you see this come across your timeline, you're like, I gotta find out if this is real.
What exactly did he say?
There's no way that I could coach ever in the history of everything. It'd be like Draymond coaching. Like there's
Wow, you can coach that mean.
I've already been offered to go to State Warriors head coaching job.
I didn't say that you
think I would
couldn't be.
suck?
I didn't think you would suck. I just don't think that you would enjoy it.
Yeah,
You would not be able to coach. Your patience, our patience is. Thank you. Thank you very much.
I got to
How would you know what was wrong with that?
Speaking true.
Sorry.
Draymond, you think you'd be a good coach?
I think I could be a good coach.
Okay.
But I don't want to be.
It sounded like he made it up as a bantering retort to Candace bringing his name up. It sounded like a joke to me, but people are running with it like he actually said it and that it's possible that it's true. Who knows? Maybe he's burning all his bridges at TNT so he can go coach the Warriors instead. He also gave us this analogy. Now, let me know what you think of this one, Amin, because you're our analogy expert here.
Mm-hmm.
In America, the president has Air Force One, right? They have several of those planes. It's only Air Force One if the president is on it. That's the All-Star floor. Those guys did not make the All-Star team to be playing in the All-Star game, and you did not make the All-Star team is absurd.
That's right. And if the president doesn't get Air Force One fueled, the president takes feces and smears it all over the inside of the plane, pulls out his pecker and starts whizzing everywhere.
What? Why did he have to pull his...
I'm just saying.
I wasn't asking you to extend the analogy with whatever you're doing. I was saying, how did he do with the analogy?
Are you still happy to fly on Air Force One if it's in that condition? That's my question.
Not Air Force One, Air Force Done.
Air Force Two.